reaction video numero 3 of the week. Have you guys heard of Gypsy Crusader? Well, since I've jumped on the Nick Fuentes wagon, I guess I fell into a rabbit hole and it swept me away in the White River Rapids and washed me up on shore of the Gypsy Crusader. So I'm literally like 5 seconds in on meeting this guy and learning about him. So this thing, obviously YouTube, it's tracking me and first video that pops up when I open it up is Gypsy Crusader. So this video is called I Spoke with Paul Miller, who is famously known as Gypsy Crusader, to learn his story, the full interview. It's a 24-minute interview, so I'm going to obviously react, pause, and comment, so it might end up being an hour. And now I am splitting my videos into separate posts because if I'm reacting for an hour, it takes like 2 hours for this shite to be complete, ready to go online. So yeah, I'm splitting up the workload. This stay-at-home mama has got to figure out the tips and tricks of this new trade. But yeah, I was planning on reacting to Andrew Tate, but yeah, this popped up, and you know, I'm obviously not someone who stays on track, who keeps her word apparently. Like, this week has been a mess. Thank you for bearing with me through it all. But yeah, let's learn about Gypsy Crusader and let's see if I even like him. I know he's controversial. That's how I guess YouTube picked up and sent this into my algorithm, because I just know he's somewhere up there with Nick Fuentes. So anyway, let's do it. I'm gonna pause this and redesign my layout here.
Alright guys, as you can see behind us, we're in Times Square, New York City. Obviously you can't get in the studio, like you said. Couldn't get anywhere with Jake.
We gotta shoot it on the street, man.
Gotta do it somewhere. I mean, it's a pretty solid backdrop.
I think it's, hey, listen, if you want to have the New York feel, this is where you gotta come. You know?
Yeah, but this city is just a zoo. I mean, just nonsense everywhere.
I mean, yeah, we just got harassed by Elmo and Spider-Man and the rest of them on the fucking street. And
oh my god, the fatigue is real in Canada. Have you guys seen some of these videos of like Canadians, of like generations of Canadian, kind of Canadian, how annoyed they are with new immigrants? It's like Canadians were always, and I guess this is how we got to the mess, like someone who just, you know, minded their own business, went to work, went home, had their dinner, went to work, like just didn't look up, kept their heads down, like whatever, there's a shitstorm happening around me, circus, I'm happy though, I love my circle around me. And yeah, I guess that's how, you know, the Canadians were easily pushed left, right, center by the government. And now we're in this liberal mess. But yeah, they are, I guess, the quote is waking up and seeing what the heck is now happening, and their patience is gone. Like, they are lashing out, saying racist things, and yeah, just kind of getting people to back off of them in more of an assertive way. So yeah, that shirt is pretty relatable. Maybe I'll order it.
You threatened to call ICE on Elmo, which was funny.
She's asking for a little too much. She's ungrateful. She should be grateful. She's in the
Took
country.
a fucking picture with you. What do you want more than we gave her $6? Jesus, it's more than enough.
Whoa,
It's more than
that's
enough. She can get an
generous.
empanada with that. She'll be fine.
I usually get
$6
like $1.
more than she would have made in Mexico.
Right, totally.
But how much have you seen the city change? Obviously, you grew up here. What are some like the biggest differences, or which demographic?
My mom's a Queens girl, Polish immigrant, emigrated on that lottery green card that they give out every year. So she was lucky. She had one for Austria and America, USA, and she got both in the same day, and she chose America and moved her little heart to the big great, the apple great, the big great apple, the apple great big. I swear I had coffee, but I guess it's not making this brain tick. New York City.
Graphics have came here the most.
Oh my God, it's definitely the non-white people. The demographic change has been really wild. I mean, there was a time, like I was telling you before, like in Brooklyn, Queens, even here in Manhattan, where there were a very good amount of white people, but a lot of them left the city. So like when
So obviously I've been to New York. I actually planned a girls' trip with my mom and sisters. So we, like, for the first time ever, for us to go to New York, and my mom can like show us her old flat, show us the little German cafe that she worked at. She was like a sous chef there. Yeah, and then some crazy shit happened, and she was not allowed on the plane because she thought she can travel with a permanent residency card and not a passport. But I don't know what she was thinking. So it was just me and my one sister, because the other one was like, I can't leave mom behind. So anyways, shitty thing they did, I went to hair school and they planned that trip without me. So yeah, that's the start of why we don't talk anymore. 2013 it started. But yeah, when I was there in New York with my older sister, I found it was very black. New York was just black people, but they were the nicest people ever. Like, I'll never forget this cute girl working at the M&M shop, and she was like holding some kind of M&M plushie and just like dancing around. And then there was like a bag that was saying like all these like the borough. I'm like, what's the borough? Like, just I was thinking out loud because I guess I'm more extroverted than normal tourists and people. Like, if I like am walking down the street, I don't think inside. I will like, if I hit my elbow, I'll be like, oh, that hurt. Like these kind of things. And then she heard me and she's like, oh my God, girl, let me explain. And she's like explaining it to me. It's like neighborhoods and whatever, because we don't use boroughs in Toronto. So anyways, it was real. I had such a good experience in New York, and I found, yes, it was very black. Like, everyone was black working there, but they were extremely kind. Like, I will die with the belief and confidence that Americans are nicer than Canadians. They are.
came here to the riots, when the BLM riots were going on, you see all these people? This was empty. It's never empty here. It was like, it was something out of 28 Days Later, like the empty city.
When we went, it was after the Sandy hurricane. Do you guys remember that? It was literally like, I think 2 days after it completely ruined New York, and it was ghost city. Like, where they're sitting right now, we were sitting there at like 10:30 a.m. and I think there was just like one New York City NYPD sitting and no one else. So I've seen it the way he's describing it.
That's what it looked like. Empty as far as your eyes can see. A lot of people, they just abandoned the city because it was so bad.
And
those same people who abandoned it never came back. They all moved down to Florida. They moved down to South Carolina, North Carolina. They just left, and and Jersey. They never came back home. And I don't really blame them.
Canada's the same way.
I want to get the hell out of here, far, far away from it. It's not the city that I grew up in.
Canada.
It's more dangerous than ever before.
Same.
I mean, the poverty's out of control.
Yeah.
You know, it's, I mean, me and you were walking, we seen homeless people all over the street.
Well, the thing in Canada is you can be poor at home. Like my situation, like I don't leave the house. Yes, I have a home, but it's like, it's called like house poor. Like you're literally just working to keep the roof over your head. And you're working overtime to do that. It's not overtime to go for some cute little vacation with the family or like a day trip. No, it's like literally just to get by. It's insane.
You know, and it's just, there's a lot of hopelessness. Here, like, you look at it here and it's like, oh, well, it's bustling, there's all the people. Well, yeah, because it's a tourist trap. There's a lot of tourists come here to see this, to see all the lights and all that shit. But when you go in certain areas, man, it's a lost cause. It's a lost cause.
So you don't think it can be saved?
No, not here. I mean, in a way, it's better that they're all here because you know where they're at, you know. And if shit ever went sideways, they'd here. They'd all here, and it would be the best case scenario. It really would. I mean, they'd be trapped in here, you know. So no, it can't be saved. It's better off to just leave their own devices. They'll kill each other left and right, and then once they start enough, we could take it back later, you know. But for right now,
Is he Italian? Paul Miller. Miller's like a UK last name. He gives me like New Jersey Italiano kind of vibe. The way he talks and presents himself. Yeah, I'd be shocked if he didn't have Italian in his ancestry.
just let the chaos ensue.
Maybe it's the New York
When
accent.
you were asking people about the Muslim mayor, I want him to win. I want him to win. Because he will, if you think it's bad now, the same thing that happened in London will happen here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I see the accelerationist point of view, which is fuck it, make it as bad as possible,
Make it
as
as
fast as
bad
possible.
as possible, man.
Yeah, I don't see it going anywhere else. I mean, just look at the amount of them. It's like, it's going to be impossible. I don't know what the fuck you're going to do. I mean, they outnumber us clearly, so.
Right, and then the white people that are here, they don't give a shit. They don't see it the way we do.
Make babies.
They just see all these people as they're all in poverty. They ran away from some tragedy. They're escaping persecution. Fuck that. Fuck that shit. And then what? And then they couldn't. If they could not fix their own country, what makes you think that they're going to come here and fix ours? It's absurd, man. No, let them leave it. Leave it.
Yeah, the most disappointing is honestly the fucking white people. I mean, I've just seen so many transgenders, so many self-loathing whites. It's honestly very sad. It's extremely sad, and you know, they're the ones helping these people, and they're themselves at the end of the day. Which, I mean, I don't know. I guess natural selection, but I mean, we need these people. Like we there's too little of us to actually let these people go. So I don't know what to do with that. You know.
You see,
This is making
it would
me
be
sad.
nice to try to radicalize them, of course. And in some aspects, when they do live here or when they stay, they're going to get mugged. They're going to have somebody harass them, sexually harass a woman, and that's going to like turn a switch on a little bit and maybe get the gears moving, you know, and maybe.
Wasn't New York extremely violent and like corrupt when all those new immigrants came in on the boats? Gangs of New York, isn't that like a good depiction of what it was like? And then I remember watching that Donald Trump documentary and how like, yeah, he's like a New Yorker, and then like they showed so many clips of the poverty in New York and how he helped kind of invest in it, clean it up. I mean, there's like an ice rink with his name on it today. Maybe after COVID it went under. Maybe they shut it down, but he invested in it to keep it going because it was like in Central Park. I just remember going there with my sister and thinking it was so cute and amazing that he stepped in and invested in this ice rink. So you know the guy loves New York. And it's so crazy. It's these places where, yeah, he like supported the most financially. Like Chicago, you have the Trump Tower, and people hate him the most there. Like in Chicago, I remember seeing some lady, and this is what I love about Americans, like they love to stop and talk. They're not like, okay, I'm trying to get to point Z, get out of my way. No, like they love to talk. And like, it's not small talk. It's like you get deep pretty quick. And yeah, this lady was just like, I can't wait to get rid of that tower, that over there. And we like looked over and it said Trump. And I'm like, what? That's like actually a really nice building. But okay. But yeah, I don't know why these major cities hate on Trump when he's kind of the backbone of them.
Maybe they can have some sort of racial awakening and say like, hey, you know what, like look where I am, like this is what happened, maybe those aren't so crazy, you know. You can have those moments. I mean I did.
Listen, white people don't support white people. You have every other culture, color, and they will always have each other's back, as you should. Stand up for your own kind. Like, lift each other up. Every nation should do that. Actually, we should all do it to each other and just freaking make the world a better place. Like, everyone just have your fair communities. No one has more, no one has less. Let's all just work on being happy and living in peace. But, of course, not everybody wants that. So, anyway, where was I going with that? Let me see.
I did. I was just a regular
Yeah, white people don't support white people. Like, we don't. Polish, with Polish, oh yeah, we'll call a Polish guy to fix something over anyone else. Like, we trust. Although my family has been screwed over by fellow Polish people. But anyways, you just go with what you know, who you're comfortable with. And when you're Polish, you have connections. So, yeah, we're great that way. It's always odd when there's a Polish who's, like, embarrassed of being Polish. Like, when I'm at the store somewhere I've worked, and I hear Polish, and I'll be like, oh my God, am I hearing Polish? And they're like, yeah. And then they just proceed in speaking English to you. And I'm like, we can talk Polish. And they're just like ashamed of it or something, or embarrassed. It's such a weird thing.
Conservative guy until I realized, like, you know, I got the Antifa fight happened not too far away from here. Yeah, not too far away from here. They met Republican couple. They tried to kill me. And I mean, that's when I had my awakening. And I've said this to a lot of people, Hermes. You are, most white people, you are one bad day from being just like me. That's all it takes. And nobody forgets the day they began to hate. Nobody.
Yeah, you said that the fight happened not too far from here. What were you kind of doing before here? Like, obviously we were talking a little bit off camera. You said you were doing kind of in real life stuff. What was kind of your goal with all of this before, I guess, you went to where you are now?
Well, before, the goal was to try to bring some news from an independent journalist perspective. You know, kind of like what you're doing now. You know, like I see a little bit of myself in you. Like I remember doing this stuff and coming out and trying to talk people, gauge where they're at, because the news had like distorted everything so much, especially when Trump was first running, and it made it seem like, you know, all these conservative people are super racist and they hate the blacks, they hate this one, they hate that one. So at the time, I was trying to like show people that wasn't the case, you know, because I wasn't there yet. And I was trying to show people, like, no, like, we want freedom for everybody, like, as long as you're a patriot, this and that. That was what I was trying to do. And I thought that...
Yo, the world has been against white people like myself for so long. The media just makes us look like such bad people. Of course there's bad white people. I'm not stupid. And it's freaking unforgivable and sad. But man... it's like the only color of people that's the worst, horrible. No one looks at statistics. It's just, well, it's brainwash. I believed I was one of those people who thought like, yeah, if I'm white, like I'm a bad person. I'm a bad person because I'm white. I did let them make me feel and think that way. But no. The Polish people helped Haitians, people of Haiti, escape slavery. Like, we had no slavery in Poland. We were slaves. So, anyway. Not talking about just black and white versus whatever, but that just came to mind.
Coming out and talking to people would be the way to do it, and it was for a while, you know. But when everything came to a head, I realized that no, that the conservative ideology is just not going to get it done. It's too weak. It's too cowardice. You know, they don't want to say. They don't want to say it.
Yeah.
So they don't want to say. And it's just a fucking word.
Yeah.
What?
But they won't go that far to just name your enemy. You don't want to be like me, where you want to see them all.
What?
Fine. Fine.
What
Fair.
did he say?
But at the minimum, just fucking know your enemy. You know what I mean? They don't like you. They'll kill you. Simple and plain.
Not all of them.
You know, and that was what kind of also turned like, yo, they're just
maybe
cowards.
Majority.
They don't want to go down that road, and it pissed me off.
Like, for me, I saw a woman wearing Black Lawyers Matter, a t-shirt, and like right away, I felt like I can't approach her. I'm kind of scared of her. Like, I already felt there was hate towards me just from glancing at that shirt, and I was like, I don't want to mess with this person. I don't want to make her angry. Like, that's so crazy to me how dividing that whole BLM thing was. It really backtracked everything.
So that's when I just came over to the far right, man, and I've had the best time. It's been great.
People say
Okay,
like
so
you feel
he's far
isolated,
right.
but you get a lot of support from a lot of people. There's actually a lot of people who want to see you succeed. Obviously, there's a lot of infighting, ankle biting, but there's genuinely a pretty
Polish
good community.
people are
like,
far
they genuinely
right
care about
if they're
their people,
Catholic.
and they do hate other people, but it's because they harm what they love.
Yes,
right?
exactly. And so it always comes back to that. It's not about hate. It never has been. It's no, our community's wonderful. I have seen they are some of the smartest and most creative people that I have ever met, and I'm very proud to be part of it. You know, they're very encouraging.
I wish the camera got that. She hit him too. She hit him. That was pretty impressive.
Did you get him? Did you get him?
She hit him.
Nice.
What?
That was good.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I
I don't know how you spotted him too. That's impressive.
Six of that. They all have their caps on. Sorry.
Harley hit it with a penny.
Based.
Fucking based.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, like when I was in like high school, the Republicans would say, "Oh, the Democrats are the real racists. They're the ones." I remember I heard that. I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's right." And then like, why doesn't Sweden or all these places have gun violence? Why does socialism work there? Well, because it's white. Anything can work.
Because it's a white country. That's why. You know, the same way, like, for instance, like there's like Vermont. Vermont is like 98% white, and they're Democrat, and they have a lot of social programs, but it works there because you don't have this. You know, these people take advantage of the system, and they're a drain on it constantly. So how could you use the resources properly when you've got Jamal and Tyreek coming in and saying, I need this much money for subsidized housing.
I have a friend named Jamal, and he's like, I think, way more conservative than I am. And he is like Gypsy Crusader, giving me perspective half the time. So, I mean, not half the time, most of the time. Okay, I'm like ripping off ideas off this guy, okay? Like, I don't like the name drop Jamal.
20 fucking kids and I need 13 grand in food stamps. Like, where the fuck does the money go? You know, and then you get these black politicians that come in. They're the most corrupt ones, a lot of times.
Yeah.
You know, like Mayor Adams. He should have went to jail. He was.
I think they're just brainwashed and misinformed.
He was committing fraud with taxpayer money, but they let him go. You know, and the only reason they let him go is because like he let Trump.
In my opinion, I feel like far right is such a like unlocked little passage in your brain that the world around us has worked so hard to kind of store way back in the back of your brain and just make sure there's no programming from it. Does that make sense? Like, yeah. The more I watch these guys, like currently, and Nick Fuentes, the more I'm like, whoa, it's a whole new way of looking at life. What the hell? So, yeah, you guys are watching me learn my politics, so don't judge.
Trump let ICE come into the city. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, it's
from these guys. I'm learning from these guys.
It's a crazy city, man. It has its
I feel like
still
they
here and
speak
there.
the truth.
But God, I would love nothing more than to see a fucking same thing like Israel. Just wipe it.
Yeah, I was saying this earlier, but if people aren't radicalized now, if you come here and you think everything is fine, if you like look at the videos back then or talk to your grandparents, you know, they were in the city, like you see pictures, everyone's dressed nice, it's all white.
Yes.
Then you come here now,
Not-
people are
not
fucking,
always.
I don't know what
Half
the fuck they're
fucking.
doing.
We just saw those 3 fucking half naked with their tits out,
Yeah.
begging for change.
Yeah.
Like, nah, man. Fuck this shit.
That's bad if you
Yeah,
brought
I don't
your
know
kids.
how people don't see it.
Because they choose not to.
Yeah,
they
they're
want to bury
okay
their
with
head in
it.
the sand for as long as possible. They think that somebody else is going to deal with it. You know, they're cowards.
Also, they're self-absorbed. I feel like we're all so absorbed in our own lives that we're just so funneled in on that.
And they a lot of those people that'll call people like me and you, they've never seen this. Like, you've been all
Like, I think more women should care about politics, and I see on my Instagram mainly stay-at-home moms being like, look at this new couch I got, or I'm seeing Magic Mike tonight, girls night. Like, I think you should, you know, like, I don't know, it's a scary time to be alive, so now's the best time than ever to really spread awareness. Because, yeah, look what's happening to the planet. I feel like when you get kids, you want to learn as much of the evil that there is so you can protect your kids from that as much as you can.
all over.
Yeah.
You've traveled so many places and had so many different experiences. So your word on these issues mean way more than just some fucking asshole who's been hanging out in like Vermont for his whole life, you know what I mean, or Maine his whole life, and doesn't fucking know the difference. And
When I came back as a flight attendant who was like international, around the world, sitting in a tube with international crew members from like anywhere in the world, like places I've never even heard of. Don't knock anything over, girl. I would come back home and spew everything that they were teaching me about their, you know, country's social whatever, socialism. I don't know the words. I'm no politician. But then my family in Canada was like, you can't say that. The neighbors are going to hear you. Quiet down. Oh my God. And I'm like, I'm not saying anything that they didn't say. And like, people from these countries know very well what's going on. They're telling me, like, I'm not making this up. I'm learning firsthand. They're educating me. Like, I'm just relaying the message.
if he walked down the street in Harlem at 2 o'clock in the morning, I promise you he's gonna put his hand in his pocket and the other hand he's gonna take his watch off and he's gonna be like, oh shit, like where the fuck am I? Yeah, go do it. and let's see how far you get.
Yeah, the people I talk to the most are the ones who live in the most secluded areas, like you said. But I mean, to be honest, it's not that blackpilling, because I know all throughout history it's a small minority that actually makes a change.
Yes.
The rest of the people will follow. If they see like, oh, finally someone's doing something, then they feel comfortable enough. But enough people have to take the first step. And honestly, nowadays, I feel like there's so many people, and you're allowed to say a lot of things. Obviously, they still kind of shut you down if you're trying to organize in person. Like, we see the most censored people on the internet. They're all the ones who are actually organizing in real life. So I don't know. Do you think it's they're letting people just talk about this online so they don't organize and they feel like something's being done, or is there just too many people out there that are spreading the message and they just can't contain it?
They can't contain it. You see, because if they didn't think that what we do online was a threat, they wouldn't censor it. You see, the mass banning, the shadow banning, all of this shit, like, they know that it is galvanizing to a lot of people, you know, because you see a post like...
The internet is a powerful tool. As much as I hate it, boy, does it ever actually help you evolve as a human. Like, I told you about that compartment in your brain that the school system just kind of makes you, like, let it rot away. The internet just unlocks that and makes you fall in that rabbit hole.
Mine or yours, right? And it's got 100,000 likes on it, 3-4 million fucking views.
Yeah.
A lot of people look at that and they say, "Holy shit! Like, we're not alone. You know, we don't feel so crazy now." So it's a good thing. And then at some point, you do have to take it to the streets. You know, that's why I like guys like, I love Patriot Front. I love what Joel Davis and Thomas are doing down there in Australia. You know, I see some movement over there in the UK.
But, like, look what happened to Charlie Kirk. That's so freaking scary. Or, like, even women, they get acid thrown on their face. Like, is such a scary environment and thought that can happen to you if you speak freely.
You know, it's I see Blood Tribe doing things, so I encourage that real life activism all the time, because it has to happen. But no, they are definitely very scared. You know, they're very afraid of us doing things online. I mean, Benjamin Netanyahu just said it very recently in an interview, when he was like, "Oh, we gotta do something about the anti-Semitism online." Like, fuck you, you stupid. Like, you're a piece of shit. All right,
I don't
what is
like
it?
that
Because
guy.
you don't like it, because people are calling out, and it's happening all over, and it's freaking them the fuck out. You know, every other day the ADL is putting somebody else on the list. They just did it to Cookie Monster. You're next. I'm on there. HT, Hammer. You know what I mean? So, and we're all online personalities. So, yes, it is helping. It is helping. It's moving the ball forward.
What do you think of someone told me this the other day? They're like, they're letting people talk about, you know, they're letting people talk about that, but they don't see like AI coming into existence. They're going to take like 90% of the jobs, and then, you know, people aren't going to work. There's probably going to be a universal basic income. What do you think is going to happen with that?
I think that's going to be a big flashpoint in our history, because the would love nothing more than to have AI. I mean, we just went into McDonald's. There's no even more workers there. It's just all fucking robot shit, right? So they would love to do that to everybody, put everybody out of a job, put us on a social credit system, and if you criticize the boom, you got no more money, you got no more of this, you can't do that, you can't ride on a bus, whatever, right? But I think when people see that that's happening and they're out of a job, especially like farmers, truck drivers, the hard, like...
I'm just thinking about, like, students. Like, how are you helping your parents with paying your schooling? Because that's why I got a job when I was 15, 16. I got it when I was 15. I just started when I was 16, because they were hiring before they built the grocery store, superstore. But yeah, like, what are teenagers doing to help their parents, especially today where we've blown the savings because of COVID, and our parents, the boomers, they were just scraping by for all those years, and like they don't have anything left for us. So like, yeah. Oh my God, North America is so screwed.
Blue collar people, they're gonna be pissed. And there's gonna have people like you, like me, like HG, like Hammer,
I think his
all of us,
zipper's
like
open.
Nick, and we're gonna come to them and say like, this is what we were trying to tell you guys.
Oh.
We were trying to warn you that this is what the people want. This is what they want. Now they have total control. So now what do you want to do? Do you want to fight or do you want to be a slave? Because those are your options at this point. And I think that they're going to galvanize and they're going to fight, man. I really do. Because there's a big spirit of revolution in America, especially. And we got a lot of guns here. And there's a lot of people with guts that are willing to fight for it. So do I think it's going to happen? I think they're going to try. I'm 100% sure they're going to try. But I don't think it's going to be successful.
I mean, it seems like we're nearing it. Like, just seeing AI like advance during these past few years, it's pretty fucking scary.
Oh hell yeah, it's fucking terrifying. You know, it's it's making people stupid.
Oh yeah.
You know, because if you need something nowadays, you just fucking type it in ChatGPT.
And it's so funny. People are like, oh, like what I'm reading online is people commenting like, oh, you're ChatGPT's slave. And I'm like, whoa, that's so true. You're going to listen and believe ChatGPT entirely.
In like 2 seconds, you got the answer. We see doctors looking up shit on ChatGPT while they're treating somebody.
Yeah.
That's wild.
You know, that's fucking scary.
Yes.
So, yeah, man.
I've seen it. I've had that happen.
I say this to people all the time. I wish I had all the answers.
Yeah.
I wish I could predict the future. I have an idea. You know, I have my opinions. But I try my best not to be black-pilled about the whole situation. You know what I mean? I don't want to sit here and say, oh, we're fucked. Like, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah, what's red pill? What's black pill?
The way I look at it, and again, I don't want to be too Fed posty, but see these lights? See all this shit? If this electricity wall went out, if someone did something to do that, all of that AI.
I just got like a deja vu listening to him and watching his behavior. I feel like these are the kind of conversations you'd have back in the day when you were drunk. Like, this stuff comes out when you've been drinking with someone, you're comfortable. Like, I've totally had someone talking at me like this. I know they're in an interview, so he has to. But, you know, have you ever experienced that? These are definitely some over the drink conversations.
Shit, all of that, that's over with.
Sorry, girl.
That's over with. And everyone's gonna go into fucking survival mode.
Yeah.
And your is gonna be your uniform. You know? So that's kind of, in a way, I'm banking on that a little bit. Because I know that's the only real way to get people's tribal nature to come out. You gotta take away all the comforts.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. I know you're still a practicing Christian. What do you think of like the end times prophecy?
Cool.
I know some Christians that talk to me about this. They're like, it's unfolding in front of our eyes. Do you think that's happening?
Catholic.
I'm not one of the doom and gloom Christian people. Like, do I think it's happening? Not so much. I mean, I think that hard times make strong men, and I think that God tests us. You know, I think that we're just in a test right now. And he wants to see who's going to be willing to fight for, you know what I mean, to fight for Christian beliefs, to fight for God, to fight for what's morally righteous. And he's putting us in a position that we can either, you know, we can either make it or we can fail. You know, but I think it's the end times. Nah, I don't see no fire and brimstone thing. I've never been like that. Never been like that. Yes, I believe in God, but if God wanted to destroy us, he would just do it, Sodom and Gomorrah style. It would just happen, you know. So I don't think it's like, no. I just think we're going through a really dark time at the very moment. That's all. But we'll get past it sooner or later, you know. Just like the Dark Ages, and then the Renaissance came. It's not that much of a difference.
Do you think it'll happen in our lifetime?
I sure fucking hope so. Before I get too old, you know, so I can still fight in it. But yeah, I think I'm hoping.
He does not have
like
kids.
5-10 years.
Does he?
I mean, it seems like people are getting radicalized, like literally all over, and they're just fucking sick and tired. I even saw some clips from the Australian protest. Someone's like, "But these people are up there. They're like, do they care about Australians? I don't really care, as long as they care about like us." I'm like, wow, that's actually kind of crazy. Like, you would never hear that like a couple of years ago.
Right.
People would
so
be
true.
siding, I guess,
Yeah.
with someone like that. So it is.
Even on Love is Blind, this new season that's out. Sorry, yes, I'm a girl, and yes, I watch that with my husband. It's our show. Yeah, like never before they brought up this one Christian guy was like, what would you do if your kid came up to you and they were LGBTQ plus? And the girl was like, honestly, I wouldn't be excited about it. I'm gonna love my kids. They're my kids. And I'm like, I agree. But it's not something I'd be excited about. And I would really like ask them, like, is this a fad? Did you hear Justine say like, hey, I'm a boy, and now you think you are? Like, are you aware of what this really means, what it's gonna lead you to? Like, all these questions. And I'm like, whoa, I can't believe they actually put that on Netflix, because that's not the agenda they want to push. They don't want people thinking like this.
What's going on, like, with Australia, with people who are getting censored, like Thomas Russo from Patriot Front, like even like Nick, like me, like you. All it's really doing, in a lot of the eyes of the people, is just turning us into folk heroes. You know what I mean? Somebody that people can get behind, because we're on the front lines. You know, so yeah, you would have never seen it a few years ago, but now people are encouraged by someone. They see someone like Tom, who is fighting in the streets, and like he gets arrested, he gets back out, doesn't give a fuck, and won't renounce his views, and keeps going. Like, how could you not be inspired by that?
Yeah.
You know, you see someone like me, they send me to prison for 3 fucking years. I lose everything. But
That's
I came
scary.
out and I was like, no, I'm gonna keep going. People like that.
Yeah.
You know, and I hope to God nothing ever happens to you.
Why did he go to
You know,
prison?
but if it does, I know that you're brave enough and you'll keep going too. And people will get behind you. So
Prison sounds so scary. Like, I would probably diarrhea myself walking to prison if they had me arrested for something. So scary. Oh my God. I know in the US it's like very easy to go to prison, and it's like usually like 24 hours. Those 2 Tennessee guys that I flew with to Bangkok, they were in prison, and they're like, oh my God, you can go to prison for like 24 hours or jail, and it's like a normal thing. So, and they're like, I don't know anyone who hasn't been to jail. So correct me if that's just them pulling my leg as a little naive Canadian girl.
it's backfiring on them. That's what I think.
Yeah, it seems like the only problem right now is just people are just infighting. People just can't come together. I just hate to fucking see it. I mean, I might be a little guilty of it too.
I don't want to.
I mean, I try my
anything
best,
to do with
but like,
liberals.
some of these people just, I don't know. It's pretty insane. But how do you think we could come more together? Because I mean, there's still a lot of different radical views how people want to approach things. Some people think like we have to do exactly what we did. Other people say, you know, fuck, do it our own way. Like, what do we? How do we come together?
So the first thing that a lot of guys have to do is keep religion out of it. Okay? Don't bring into, just put that on the side for a moment. You could use a little bit of a mix. So you could use some of the stuff that did in the past. You could use things that like maybe I did in the past to bring people together. It's always good to look at the past to kind of predict the future. Of course, and we'll have to make our own way because we're living in different times. But stop arguing with one another about petty differences. Oh, you like Nick. Oh, you like Hermes. Fuck you. Like this and that. Like stop.
Who's Hermes?
Because
I guess
we're
I
all
have
on
to
the same
research him.
side. We might not agree. You're never
I
going
know
to agree
it's
with
him.
everybody, anybody.
But I don't
Politically
know
or otherwise,
who he is.
100% on everything. That's never going to happen. You can have people like me and you who agree on 90% of the same thing, but we'll disagree on what the same color of milk is. That's the way it is. But if you could just get people to look past the petty differences and realize that we're trying to achieve the same goal, which is hard, but it's going to take something very drastic to happen to us, to happen to everybody. Like let's say and let's say it's like goes a massive roundup of everybody who's anti. They arrest like 20,000 people, some of them online personalities here in America, something like that. I think that that'll be such a shock to the system, to all of us, to the community, that we would say, okay, like this is getting really, really fucking bad, and we need to stop fighting, and let's work together. No more pagans fighting with Christians. Don't fight with the oldness, the groypers, the patriot from people, whatever you are. You're a white, you're a fat, like, dude. We could achieve so much together. You know what I mean? We could achieve wonders if we could just find common ground. And I think there's a lot of common ground to find. And we gotta love each other. We gotta love each other.
Do you have any last words for the people watching this?
My last words. Don't come to New York, because you're gonna fucking hate your life if you're one of us. No, I'm just kidding. It's not so bad. My last words is,
I flew with a guy from New York. It was very uncommon to fly with someone from North America, so every time I did, I was like so excited. And then New York, I was like, oh my god, how is it living in New York? Like, my mama, blah 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 blah. And he was like, it's hard. He's like, I had 7 roommates, we lived in a flat, it was impossible. He's like, and you're like, you can't make friends in New York. Like, you're always competing. Like, someone is always trying to do better than you. They don't want to associate if you do less than them. They're always trying to climb this ladder, and I'm like, whoa, my cat is shedding all over me. That is not what I expected. And he was like, yeah, I don't miss it, because I'm always like, how do you live in Dubai when you're from New York? Like, to me, New York is like the place you don't leave. I don't know how my mom left, but yeah, he put some insight for me on that. But yeah, I agree. Like, I'm having a hard, I guess it's part of my grieving process with the crazy assassination events that we just witnessed. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't like liberals. I don't think I could forgive them, and I don't want to be associated with them. So if I can get to that state where like we can think about working together instead, that would be great, but I'm in no rush.
just that, man. Just let's love each other. Let's try to work together.
I think I'm too good for the liberals.
And keep hope, because the fight isn't over yet. We have a lot of fight left in us, and I'm confident in this movement. I'll stake my life on it. That at the end of the day, we're gonna come out on top. You know, we just have to believe in one another, stop the fighting, and trust one another. You know, not everybody's a Fed, not everyone's out to get us. You know, and there's a lot of love in this community, and trust it. All right. That's what I would say.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Paul Miller, aka Gypsy Crusader. Thank you.
Okay, well now I have to find out why he got arrested, why he went to jail, and then I need to discover Hermes.